I go to South Africa. I'm on Sunday morning. I'm looking for NFL scores. I can't find them.
No one cares.
I go to Brazil, and I'm on Sunday morning. I can't find NFL scores. I go to Hong Kong. I can't find the NFL anywhere else in the world. I'm in Europe. I can't find it. Dude, it's a trick. No one else cares about the NFL.
From New York and on the new Hot 97 app, Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
T-Bro in the morning, the beautiful Laura Stiles, Wrestling T. Rosenberg, and buff-ass Terry Crews.
Sometimes it's all you can say.
It stays there.
Get it. I guess we got to get right to NFL talk off the top.
Oh, yeah.
You played how many years?
I played 7 years. Rams, Packers, Chargers, Redskins, Eagles. I mean, got cut a lot. Sat out for a year, then came back, sat out, came back. Went to the World League, played in the Dusseldorf Rhein Fire, and in between the Chargers and Redskins, came back, was one of 7 people to make it back in the league. I just wouldn't quit. I just
loved it.
I was there. I got knocked out on Monday Night Football. That's my highlight. I was with the Chargers and Colts, and on the kickoff, just ran all the way down and blam! And I hit a guy so hard I knocked myself out.
Wow. Any reoccurring injuries? CTE?
First of all, I have to say I think I got some my career knocked into me because I'm not all there. You know what I mean? Like what I mean is I'm unembarrassable. Like there are certain things that I just kind of would do, and people go, "Man, that's kind of crazy." But I think with football and the nature of what it is and the head hits and stuff, I think sometimes it just kind of took away a lot of inhibition for me. But also because I'm an actor, because of what I do, I have to exercise my brain all the time. You got cats that are retiring at 25 and they're done. Like they literally just, I'm just sitting here chilling, and all of a sudden your brain just does.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
Exactly.
What year is this, by the way? Sorry, what year?
This was 91 through 97.
91, 97.
Yeah, it was 20 years ago last time I played in the
Would
NFL.
you be kneeling right now if you were in the NFL?
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. First of all, I totally get the fact that, hey, man, it's about the soldiers who fought and bled and died. But what they got to understand is that you're talking about, this is 70% of the NFL is African-American. This is about the slaves who worked and bled and died.
And people who are still bleeding.
We're talking about something that just can't be wiped under the table. See, it's wild because if a major crime has been committed, if there's been rape, if there's been murder, if there's been pillage, you can't come to even the grandson of that person who's been murdered and say, "Come on, man, get over it." How could you do that?
Right.
Like,
right.
What kind of how insensitive could you be? I mean, I would never walk up to a Holocaust survivor and his family, his grandson, and be like, "Get over it, dude." What are you talking about? Like, it just sends goosebumps right down my spine. The insensitivity, the lack of empathy. And you're talking about a business that's 70% African-American working for you. Like, you can't do that. It's so wild. And I look at, now this is the thing. The way it is, it's kind of like Donald Trump walked into a Mandingo fight and told them they all need to bow down to the owner of the house.
Now, if you don't understand what he's talking about when he says a Mandingo fight, you saw it in Django where they had the bucks fighting for entertainment. And a lot of people that are black, like my dad used to look at football like that. He'd be like, there's a bunch of bucks fighting while rich white men oversee it, make bets on the side, and enjoy the entertainment.
Right. Listen, first of all, you got to think about, to me, I'm done with symbolic victories. This is Terry Crews. I'm done with the symbolic victory. It's old. It's kind of like sports gets you used to symbolic victories. It's totally says, hey, man, DC beat Boston. Yeah, but your life didn't change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what happens is everybody's so used to symbolic stuff. Like Charlottesville, we pulled down the statue. Yeah, but you can't get a job in Charlottesville,
right.
Especially now. Try to go in there and run something as a black man. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's a real victory. Real victories are I have a job. I can survive. I am viewed as a real person.
My family matters. My culture matters.
My culture matters. These are real victory. But see, again, it's all about the symbolism, and then everybody can go on to the next thing. Stop talking, and you got your symbol, and you can move on.
I stopped watching football this weekend. Prior to, I was like, I'm going to keep watching. I've already accepted that football's racist. Every time they wheel out a new blonde singer for Monday Night Football, every time they got Hank Williams Jr. singing, and I know his position on what he talked about with Obama. I've already accepted the racism in America, so let me just go ahead and enjoy some football. I ain't with all of it. Then they started getting active with Donald Trump and all that on Friday.
Right.
And I saw the banana in the tailpipe coming down the line, where they're going to turn this kneeling thing into a whole production now.
Yep.
Right?
Start showing the anthem now for the first time.
It's going to turn it into a whole shit show, right? It's confusion. People lost the message. They think they're kneeling against the flag. Are they kneeling against that national anthem? So I was like, you know what? I'm out. Now y'all playing with me. I had already accepted that y'all was assholes, and I live in America, so there's a lot of bullshit we accept.
Right.
But it came to a point, I was like, I'm not watching football no more.
Terry, what would you like to see from the NFL? Because we talked about teams giving back to their communities.
Well,
right?
This is what I said. If the ratings on television go down, NFL loses hundreds of millions of dollars. TV bonus money, contract money. It makes it tough for them to renegotiate their contracts. Hopefully at that time they turn to the players who are kneeling and say, hey, help us fix our relationships. Help us. And the players then say, this is what we would like to see worked into is NFL helping build institutions that aren't about football.
But see, wait, now, what you gotta understand is what the NFL is. The NFL has an abusive relationship with its players. It's an abusive relationship. It's like a pimp and a prostitute. It's really, you never know if you really good. You know what I mean? They could they give you a smack one day and the next day, you're the best thing ever. These players are like, okay, what do I today? Am I good? Or could I be out tomorrow?
No guaranteed contract.
There's no guaranteed contract. Do you understand? So the whole thing is, you see, people think, oh man, he has $100 million contract. But if they cut you
don't get it.
On game 1 out of 100, you get $1 million. You got a $100 million deal for 100 games. But if they cut you right after that, it stops there. And NBA doesn't do that. NHL doesn't do that. Major League Baseball doesn't do that. It's a whole different dynamic. It's an abusive relationship. You know why? Because they know you're going to get hurt.
Exactly.
It's
built into the game.
It's built in. So you're talking about it's an abusive relationship from the start. Okay, so now that we deal with that, and my big thing is I go back to tell players and give them perspective. I'm like, guys, football is a very, very small part of your life. But what's happened is you are tricked. The carrot is always dangled. And this is what the magic thing is. They dangle this carrot and you're jumping for it because they tell you it's the biggest thing in the whole world. But dude, first of all, when I retired, I thought my life was over because I said, man, nobody is going to hire me. This is all I wanted to do.
How much did you make?
Am done.
How much money did you have when you quit?
I was a special teamer. So I topped out at about $300,000.
Okay, so you had a couple $100,000 in the bank, maybe?
Exactly, and then that went very quickly. So I was broke, okay? Yeah. But the deal was, I saw the success afterwards as an actor, and then I went to, I go to South Africa. I'm on Sunday morning, I'm looking for NFL scores. I can't find them.
No one cares.
I go to Brazil, and I'm on Sunday morning. I can't find NFL scores. I go to Hong Kong. I can't find the NFL anywhere else in the world. I'm in Europe. I can't find it. Dude, it's a trick. No one else cares about the NFL. But you would think that it's the whole world cares. And they trick everybody into thinking it's all about this. And it even starts at the NCAA level. When you're talking about billions of dollars changing hands, and brothers are totally, they get these guys with bad relationships, with their family, no dads, the whole thing. Now the NCAA is your father, okay? And you can't get no money. We can't pay you, but you see, your coach has a $4 million shoe deal, okay? You're talking about massive exploitation of specifically African Americans, and you gotta go, hey man, like, okay, we can't get none of that money, First of all, the fact that you can say, well, that means you're amateur. But look, you can pay me, if you pay me $10,000 to play baseball, I would still suck. The only thing that determines amateur and professional is skill level. It ain't matter about money. It ain't about the money.
Yeah. We've talked extensively about the NCAA, and we feel like these kids that play in the NCAA should have some sort of 401k or something put aside. Something put aside based on what they bring as far as ticket sales and jersey sales, et cetera.
Think about this. I just signed my paperwork for CTE, the whole concussion paperwork for the NFL. I signed my paperwork, but what people don't understand is that CTE starts in college. In college,
high school.
But I'm talking about. But the high schools don't talk billions. I've got to settle. Where's the NCAA settlement for when I got concussions in college? You understand what I mean? I had to go to school. I went to Western Michigan University. Okay, my thing is, I remember going to class when my head hurt. You know what I'm saying? Getting knocked out. And they're like, well, you know what? You got a free education. You need to just be happy. I was like, hey, man. Hey, dude, I'm tired. I can't even go.
You're ungrateful Negro.
I'm hurt. Exactly. You're so ungrateful.
Ungrateful Negro.
What are you? And you're like, wait a minute, but I can't go to class. Listen, I'm an art major. I had an art scholarship, and I walked on to get a football scholarship to make my way out of Flint, Michigan. That was the only way I was going to make out. They weren't going to give me money to paint. They were going to give me money to play football. That's the deal. And they were going to give me a scholarship to do it. But the deal is I couldn't take any of the art classes because football practice was 8 hours a day. So I had to just finagle my way through, man, like most guys. And check it out. And what's so unbelievable is that if I wanted to go back, they'd make me pay. That's what's so crazy. You're like, even if you have these former athletes who want to go back to school, they say, no, you got to pay, bruh. You got to pay. And I'm like, but I made you
millions.
I made you millions. I mean, they still, the Fab Five of Michigan, they told the Fab Five, come back to Michigan and apologize for what you did to us. I was like, what? They put you on the map. But see, that's the game, man. It's
that mentality.
But what I'm here to tell people, and I'm here to tell everyone, it's good news. This is good news.
Here we go.
Good news is sports itself is just a small part of your life. And this is what I try to tell people. Listen, I've never been more successful than I am now, ever. And I'm not the only one. See, a lot of people say, well, you were special, you're Terry Crews, but ain't nothing special about me. Nothing, not one thing special about me, except the fact that I had the courage to do it, the courage to just go out there. Because there's so many athletes who now, when they're done, they get depressed and they're out. Because the thing is, NFL athletes, NBA athletes, what happens is you become your wins. You are now bigger, better than everybody. But when you lose and when you out, now you worse than everybody. And you need. And I always got to tell these guys, that has nothing to do with your worth as a human being. Period. And that's my message to all these athletes, that your life starts when the game is over, y'all. And the thing is, not one NFL owner got there by playing football. Not one. You can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like the people who are owning it and running it, they didn't play.
Wow.
And I'm trying to tell you, that's not your only way to riches.
You may end up catching a show that becomes a hit on Fox for 5 seasons, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Wait, I got to tell you this.
That's the second one.
No, this is my third. This is my
Everybody
third.
Hates Chris.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Everybody Hates Chris. Are We There Yet?
Yes.
Got 100 episodes. Yes. And Brooklyn Nine-Nine 3. And that ain't even counting the reality stuff I've done. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and World's Funniest Fails, the hosting, the whole deal, man. I've done over 600 hours of television, okay, nonstop. That ain't even counting the movies. That ain't even counting over 60 major films. Let me tell you something. Life begins. And I'm not even done. I'm designing furniture right now. I have my own furniture line out right now. And look, I don't even know what I'll be doing. Let me and see, the thing is, you got to know who's valuing you. When the NFL stopped valuing me, I was done. When Hollywood stops valuing me, I'm done. You cannot let people treat you like you are not valuable. And then I'll move on to the next thing. I'll be sitting there painting on the corner. I only go where I'm invited. I only go where I'm valued. And that's it. That's it. When you're done valuing me, I'm out. But the problem is these dangling carrots. They got people running around, hey, take your clothes off, do something crazy, and they want you dangling carrots. I'm like, no, I do it. When you see me doing anything I'm doing, I wanted to do it. In fact, it's my thing. You know what I mean? When you see Old Spice, I came up with that. You know what I mean? When you see Everything.
your shirt off.
You see
You
what
stay
I'm
with your
saying?
shirt off.
You
You
see
stay
what I'm
with
saying?
your
I
shirt
stay with my shirt off. 49. You know what I mean? I'm glad I can do
Hey,
it too.
49.
Glad I'm 49
How long
years
you
old.
in the gym every day?
Oh, bro, 2 hours. 2 hours a day, loving it, knowing that my best days are still ahead of me. And what's happened is these football players and basketball players, and lots of athletes think their best days has already happened, man. And that's a hard thing. That makes you like. And then when the president called them out on their pride, now they're like, oh, damn, can you imagine how you feel? You in the locker room, you came out the hood, you have no money, you trying to feed your family, now the president calling you out, and he's like,
Called you a
fire
son
him.
of a bitch.
He
Called your mom a bitch.
Called your mom a bitch, and you're like, now what? Now what?
So do you think the players will be kneeling this weekend?
I think some of them will, some of them won't. But to be honest with you, I think it's up to, their individual, how they feel about the whole thing. Because it don't mean anything. It's symbolic.
You think it's a waste of time for those players to try to hold the NFL to some sort of, hey, we could fix your relationship if we build institutions for, I don't know, business management, nutrition, sports medicine in the neighborhoods we come from. Instead of just a park and another Pop Warner
Exactly.
football team.
Well, I think there's always ways to make it work, and there's always ways to help the community, and always ways. But you have to think past football. You know what I mean? You just have to think past it. I have to think past Hollywood.
Are you proud of Colin Kaepernick?
I am. I'm very, very proud of him. I think he should be playing, but we all know why he's not. Mm-hmm. And my deal is, though, if Cap doesn't play anymore, he's got to be fine with that.
I think
you understand what I'm saying?
He is. I think he was ready to play. I think he would like to play, but I think he wants it to feel. He wants it to feel good. He wants it to feel right. He wants it to feel purposeful.
Yeah.
I mean, and it appears from my conversations with him and what I see him doing that he's loving what he's doing.
Exactly.
And he made some good money.
That's my man. I'm
Look,
proud
man,
of him.
Terry Crews. So you just came up here to talk football?
It's actually Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think the people with him would rather us mention that Brooklyn Nine-Nine is back for season 5.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is back.
Yes.
That's okay. That's okay, man. Look,
But it's a hit show. People waiting for it to come back.
Exactly, man. I like talking.
Do y'all film that here in New York City?
No. We film it in Studio City, man. We got people fooled.
So they got a fake Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Yes.
in
LA.
No, we got Cassie. It's funny.
The real Brooklyn's fake Brooklyn. Even.
Y'all shoot that right out behind my house. I'll be like, yeah, we do.
We always do.
Yo, Terry Crews, it's great seeing you,
Pleasure, man. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. And any last for anybody thinking about getting into the NFL or thinking about chasing their sports dreams?
Oh, look, I went and talked to Western Michigan right before they took on USC in front of the athletic director, in front of everybody. I said, look, man, this is semi-pro. Y'all need to get money. It's billions of dollars changing hands. And everybody was choking. I said, look, they don't have to have me back because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. It's semi-pro. But get everything you can get out of it. You see what I mean? That's the deal. Everybody getting used. You go to a job, whatever, the boss wants all he wants out of you.
That's right.
But if you don't get what you're supposed to get, you messed up.
That's right.
No matter what if my job is cleaning and picking up and doing my thing, and I'm like, I got a bad attitude and not making it happen, it's gonna suck for me. But if I'm like, yo, wait a minute, I can get a business, I can hire some other people to clean, and then you got a janitor job, you got a whole janitor position where you could turn this thing into a business, then you took everything you needed to take out of that job. It's a different mindset. And I'm telling you, yes, you were being used, yes, but get everything you're supposed to get and move on. Move on. But if your best days were back then, it's already a mess. So that's my big thing. And there's nothing wrong with the NFL, nothing wrong with the NBA, nothing wrong with playing sports. But when you treat it as if it's the best thing, it's bigger than life, when it's bigger than the woman in your household, when it's bigger than female. That's the thing, man. This one thing I always address is that this cult of masculinity is a whole deal where, we wearing pink this year. We wear pink, but they walk home and beat their wives. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. It's kind of like you're at the rally for racial equality, and then they're like, hey, bitch, sit down. Wait a minute. We all equal, right?
Right.
Are we all equal? See, I'm calling people on all that. You got to call people on the little things because that's the stuff that matters, man. That big social stuff is giant and big, and you can walk away and you can still never change. You got to change individually. Get what you're supposed to get out of whatever position you're in right now. And Everything I do, that's what I'm trying to do.
Terry Crews, give it up for him. Brooklyn
Yeah.
Nine-Nine. When's it on?
Sunday.
Oh,
right?
Tuesday. It's on
Tuesday
Tuesday at 9:30, right
You
after the
watching
mix.
reruns. You
No,
watching
I
reruns?
remember when I first watched it. It used to come on after football on
Yeah,
Sundays.
it
They
did.
moved
No,
it to Tuesday.
they move it all the time, dude. They move it all the time. But you can watch it on Hulu any day.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
just tap on Hulu, watch it. Most of the people watch it online anyway. It's a new day, bro. It's a
There
new
it
day.
is.
I'm with it.
Terry Crews, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.